All right, so I'm here with the Neon, and we're gonna go ahead. I'm just running it now, so I can just make sure everything runs nice. It doesn't really like the cold too much right now. Bit of a miss sometimes, but it's got to warm up still, so no big deal. It's just because it's pretty cold out. So, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna jack the car up, and I'm gonna get to taking this transmission down. It's gonna be all the same stuff from last video, so I'm not gonna really film that process. But I'll definitely give you guys a shout when this is done, and then we got to take the intake manifold off and some other small brackets to get powder coated. Yeah, so let's get to it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, so the old mount is off. It's sitting over there. I got all the bolts and everything there. We got the mount here. So I have a jack sitting under here, holding the transmission up, and then I got the other ones holding the car up. So now the other things I want to pull off to get powder coated is going to be the intake manifold, and there's a couple brackets here that are going to come off with the intake manifold. And I think I have something else written down. I don't want to forget anything, but I think I have some other stuff written down too. It's kind of a shame that this is a Canadian car, and it's kind of a shame I didn't paint the bay when I had the engine out, but you can see there's lots of rust and shit. This pump, I might get a new pump and have it powder coated the top of it. See how difficult it is to have it powder coated, and then get a booster, have it powder coated. So that booster should just be the same as a regular Neon, so no big deal. But yeah, once I have that and the rest of this is cleaned up, with the valve cover, I have the valve cover in the trunk for the new one. This bay is gonna look a lot cleaner. And then I'm also gonna be, I'm gonna look for a kit for a catch can that uses this PCV line, maybe somewhere over here to fill this dead space up and get rid of this little plastic shit. Okay, so this fuel line's gonna come out. Oh shit, yeah, it's pressurized. I should have, okay, I'm gonna disconnect the fuel pump fuse and then run this thing and well, I guess the fucking damage is already done. I got the mount out, so that's a high pressure, fuck. Okay, I gotta grab a rag. Okay, I don't know how, but look at the fuel injector. One, the lock ring isn't even in the fuel rail. So this injector's probably been leaking. Okay, that's why that one's the only one spraying, is because the rest of these are still in the cylinders. And this one, the lock ring, it's like, it's not even in the fuel rail. So maybe that's double O-ring. Okay, I gotta check that out then. Well, I mean, I got the fuel rail off. I took that injector out. I'm gonna have to maybe order new clips of these because I think that it was fine, and when I just went to tug on it, I think that just slipped out because it's lost its strength. But now I've got the rail off, so I'm probably gonna have to take the thermostat housing off because that top bolt is pretty close to that other one. I'll see what I can do. But I mean, I'm glad I'm doing this because I went to take this lower bolt out and I haven't touched it. See, it's loose. So I mean, I forgot some things, I guess, when I was putting this thing back together. I don't know how it ran as well as it did, but so I'm gonna get to taking this out, and then I'll update you guys in a second here. Okay, got all the bolts for the manifold out. So now all that's left is I got a couple connections on the throttle body here. There's one. Let's see, there's another one down here I gotta get to. A bit of a tricky guy here with all this shit floating. All right, now that those connections are off, oh, this oil dipstick might be a pain. Oh, it's just gonna come out too. Okay, well, let me make sure this thing doesn't, it's kind of caught up in the PCB hose here. Okay, there that goes. Okay, now this thing should just slide right off. Oh, I got one connection still. Hold on here. Okay. And I'm gonna have to order a new intake gasket too here. Okay, now the only thing I'm gonna have to do before I leave, well, one, I gotta make sure this dipstick gets in there properly. Two, I gotta stuff bags, I think, not rags, in there. Because I just don't want, if it rains, I'm gonna have the tarp over, but if it rains, I don't want the rags to get soaked and then it rusts in there. But let's look at the valves there. The valves are looking good. There's some fuel huddled up there just because I took the injectors out. I don't think that's oil, I think that's fuel, so I think we're doing okay. Yeah, there's quite a bit of fuel kind of everywhere right now because I just kind of fucked up taking this out, but there's probably some brake clean in there too, but no worries, it's looking good. So I'm gonna get some stuff that holes, and then this should be good for today. All right, so I taped everything up and it's looking pretty good. Just got some plastic in there, just from a bag, and then just some Scotch tape over top to hold everything in, make sure nothing falls out. So now I'm gonna clean up here, close this hood, put the tarp back over the front, grab the valve cover out the back, and I'm gonna take the intake manifold inside, grab all the brackets off it that are gonna get powder coated, and then we're gonna pressure wash the valve cover, get all the dirt off of it from that PT loser. PTGT. So a bit of a shorter video there. I finally got everything back from powder coating this week, so I'm gonna be putting everything together. Hopefully tomorrow, if it's not too cold, because the car is outside, and we did just get a whole ton of snow. So yeah, if you guys like this video, it's a bit shorter, but I didn't have really anything to do at all this week. I've got the lip for the Prelude on the back of it to paint. I'm gonna be doing that later on today. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, dislike if you hated it. I don't care, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.